On today's episode of WatchJRGo, we are back with the Escalade, and there are way less bolts to take out now. So we're gonna jump right in and get this engine out tonight. What is going on, guys? I'm WatchJRGo, and like I said, we are back with my 2011 Escalade. In the last video, we got the engine basically ready to come out of this thing. And in this video, Tyler is under here pulling the bell housing bolts. Hello. A few minutes ago, off camera, I finished getting all of the nuts off the exhaust manifolds, which did take a whole lot of oxygen and acetylene. We used quite a bit of it to get all that off, but it's finally out, which means we're down to a couple bell housing bolts and these bolts right there on the motor mounts. So in a couple of minutes, hopefully we are hooking onto this thing and ripping it right on out. I mean, you could if you want.
Unhook me. Oh, I can do something. Is that because you work so hard with the stump grinder?
I did.
And let me cut a tree down and load it up by myself?
Actually, cut to the stump grinder right now. All right, here we go. As always, don't try this at home, kids, but you can see Eric running in to grab his saw that was stuck under the tree, and then of course I pulled it down with my truck and I did not capture the tree falling. That's my bad, I know. But this is my first time using a hydraulic stump grinder, and it was absolutely awesome. This is a big 30 horsepower hydraulic stump grinder, and it's basically a really simple device with some tracks so it can drive forward and run the cutter head back and forth. It's like a giant engine-powered dot matrix printer. So I got to grind probably 20 stumps. We put 6 or 7 hours on this machine before we were able to start on the Escalade. So I had to grab a little bit of video of using a cool new machine that I'd never gotten to mess with before. So this is really cool to watch, and honestly, I think it makes a pretty cool time lapse just sitting there grinding up tree after tree after tree. I kept a little bit of video so you guys could actually see it running back and forth on a smaller tree, and then this next one here is actually a 30-inch swing back and forth. It's like running a giant cutter dredging out a channel for a ship or something like that. This was really fun to do. If you get a chance to use new equipment, I always recommend jumping right in and doing it. What could be better? I spent like 4 or 5 hours a day grinding stumps, and Eric cut down a tree while I was grinding the stump for that tree. And
the guy who we did the work for went to Chick-fil-A.
He did. Didn't bring us back Chick-fil-A?
Yeah, not an ice stream or nothing.
Man, ice stream.
Chick-fil-A sauce is great though.
All right, let's get this thing hooked up to the new engine, or the old engine, and let's do some engine swap in here. We're ready to go. We're down to the last 6 bolts, and it's the motor mounts. So let's see if we can do some damage here today. And by damage, I mean the engine falls out. There's one.
I think that's ones I did.
No, these are much harder than the ones you did, Eric. You can see how long it's taken me to get them done. Probably quite a while.
I hope the passenger side is enormously hard.
I hope you can't even get your socket onto them.
You're getting there.
Ooh, what now? Came right up.
Halfway home.
Halfway home. Now if we can just...
I mean, Tyler did all the work, really.
True.
That work I did was ratcheting underneath.
We really got to buy that 1/4-inch ratchet.
It's one thread at a time.
It wasn't even one thread.
Yeah, you weren't even.
It was like a quarter turn, quarter thread.
He's always thinking is, why did I move across the street?
Why did I join this HOA? It's the worst HOA ever.
It's a good HOA.
You got to work on cars.
Dude,
I should have just stayed in town.
he's thousands of dollars in debt to the HOA.
He's been getting letters from the HOA daily.
Yeah. He cut down a tree today without a permit and blamed it on his neighbor.
I've heard that'll happen. GM really wanted you to be able to get these bolts out and nothing else, huh?
Yeah, you need to hold dual impacts on there opposite ways.
Yeah.
One needs to be a 13, one needs to be a 14 and a half. 14 and a half is pretty hard to get.
14 and a half's one of the harder sockets to pick up.
You want me to hold that light, shine it straight in your eyes?
Yeah.
Can you see, Dad?
Do something to make his life a little harder. He's like, you guys can use these wrenches. I'm going to use the impact.
Not my fault. I waited till the end to do.
You went and got food while Tyler and I did all the work. Sound right?
It is right.
I brought food back.
I think we should probably,
Got to dual wrench that.
we might get under there with a pry bar, get the transmission off, unless this works. The old foot transmission trick's not working. All right, here we go. The, what are they called? The studs?
Dowel pins.
Yeah. All right, here we go. The dowel pins.
Oh.
The dowel pins were seized into the engine block there, and
Did he say plural?
He did.
so these guys are under there with pry bars, making the magic happen while I lift the engine. Turns out this is a three-man job. Who knew? So of course there was just we were basically there the whole time, just one bolt left in it, as there always is, and now we should.
It just made it back together.
Did it? It went back together? No.
Yes, it did.
All right.
All right, lie.
We're gonna give it a pull. Here it comes.
Give it a whirl, squirrel. Yeah, it's the bottom completely reconnected.
Ah. Here's what you guys want to see. We're seeing a lot of glitter coming out of the oil cooler lines already, so we have not drained the oil out of this. There's probably none in it though. Who knows? Oh, we got oil.
It's dark.
It's on a magnet.
Why does it look like transmission fluid?
Here, look at the side of the bucket.
You seen any glitter?
No.
What if we had light? Light coming up?
Oh yeah, there's some glitter.
A little bit.
Tough to see.
It's not terrible.
No, it actually does look okay.
See that piece of bearing walking its way down?
Oh yeah.
Maybe your piston ring. We'll see.
We'll see. I know you guys want to see what happened to this thing, and everybody else does too. So we are going to pull the pan real quick, take a look inside this engine and see just how bad it is. And then we'll be ready to swap in the new one and right back to work we go.
Tyler said he can have it in 15 minutes.
He did. I think I heard him say 15 minutes is the usual amount of time. All right, so it's time to find the carnage. We're playing the old find the carnage game here. Everybody always loves it. So we're gonna zip all the bolts out of this oil pan. What on earth?
You're not.
This impact's a beast. Okay. Well, that one's just staying and we'll pry it off. Okay. It's time to upgrade. Works every time.
37 inches of extension.
I didn't want to have to deal with the back of the oil pan, so I got the longest extension I had. Seconds from seeing the magic here. And when I say seconds from, I mean it's not going to come off and we're going to have to break all the RTV off with a pry bar.
I really hope it doesn't come off because that'll be
It never comes off.
detrimental to my life. You're also missing a bolt on this one.
I left it so it wouldn't fall. Here we go. Ooh.
I got it.
Okay. She should be free. Hey.
Yeah, it is.
Oh!
Broken pieces.
Check that out. That is some piston. Oh man, there's a whole lot of pieces.
There's a lot in the bottom.
Whoa. All right, let's look up inside this thing. We're gonna find something interesting.
Come down.
Coming down. The windage tray does not want to come off of this thing, but if we look inside it, we've noticed there's some additional metal that they must have left from the manufacturing process. That's all we can guess. It must have been an accident. Dude,
He's acting like it can't be fixed.
I can see the oil everywhere. I mean the metal everywhere. Just chunks on chunks.
There's another good one.
That's nothing.
That's
That's minimal.
standard
yeah.
extra metal. They're all covered in carbon. They did use conventional in this thing, didn't they?
Pennzoil.
Pennzoil. There was no Motul involved with this engine.
They just melted candles in this bad boy.
Yeah. Guys, Tyler said he'd buy this engine as long as there's only one broken piston. Those were his words.
It's not even like a big deal.
Yeah, it's not even like, this is just normal stuff.
Calls himself a
Nice!
Got it.
We got it!
Shattered.
Yeah. Boy, check that out. There's the whole side of the piston. There's the connecting row. How? Wow.
It's been rubbing for a while.
How did that come out of there? Also, how did we get the engine to spin backwards with that in there? So, that was sitting right there. Oh, like the whole side of the piston's gone. All right, so this cylinder looks great.
See, Tyler, you listening?
This,
Trying to sell it to me right now.
you guys see all this metal? There are just chunks of metal everywhere that fell out of the windows tray. Here's the oil ring. Well, we're not going any farther because this has to be returned. And we gotta get the motor mounts off it and a couple other things and the AC compressor, and we're home free. Hey, it's probably freed up now. You're gonna get it.
I don't know. I'm worried about Tyler's head.
You might get some piston. Might catch a little piston when it turns it over.
Look at the piston rings just sitting up there.
Yeah.
Here, shove a new one in.
The rings look like spaghetti. You gotta wind those rings in, like, you know, kind of like a coil spring. You gotta give them a little twist.
Oh yeah, the
Spiral lock failed.
Yep. Tyler's over here working on the disassembly plan that we put together earlier, which was remove the piston rings.
good news. He just bought it for $900.
Off camera, we shook on it. So now there's proof.
He paid us in Dogecoin.
I've heard of Dogecoin.
It was a lot.
Normally don't take the oil ring out this direction, but
You can do it on this engine. It's one of the nice ones. It's got some of those extra features there.
It's a zero gravity motor.
Man, we got a lot of stuff to tear off and move over.
yeah.
Well, we're almost there.
You hear that?
Yep.
That's the other part of the piston.
You want me to rotate it?
With his hand in there.
Probably. He can
Let's
pull
go ahead and hold off on doing that right now.
I figured you'd pull your hand out, but hey, I mean, they're your fingers.
The piston bits at bottom dead.
So would this be considered top dead? No, this would be bottom dead.
Bottom dead.
Yeah. BDC.
BDC. So there you go. You guys wanted to see the carnage on the Escalade and of course the engine out. And the next time we get back on this thing, we'll be putting that engine back in after we move a bunch of parts. We got to move engine mounts, AC compressor, a few other little things there. Oh, add some oil ring. We probably got to put this in the new one too.
I think you can straighten that out.
Yeah, we'll need this.
Another compressor ring.
How did that just come out of the piston from the bottom? That is insane.
I mean, the good news is there's just minimal damage on the blocks.
Minimal damage. Anyway,
It's gaps for spray.
set up for boost.
Yeah.
Anyway, that is it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to head on over to shop.WatchJRGo.com for cool shirts like the one I'm wearing under this hoodie. And please like, share, subscribe, do whatever you want to do, and I will talk to you next time. It was a fun disassembly, that's for sure.
That's not the truth.
No, I mean this part.
Also not true.
Compared to this part.
You made up a term I've never heard before.
What was the term?
You're gonna have to stagger some wrenches on there and
It's just-
on and
You have to use a 15 and a 13. Why wouldn't you call that staggering riches?
Hey, Eric, sorry, I used your best shirt. My bad.
I've worn that since high school.
I gotta wear that on Sunday.
Yeah.
You-
That's my son's little league baseball jersey.
It's brand new.
Was.
Oh gosh.
His number's 10W30 now.
I wonder if the thrush got knocked out. Nope, it's still good.
It seems nice and tight.
Not that one. I think it's
You're not getting a discount. 900's bottom dollar.
900 is. Yep.
I want that piston out of there.
You might get it.
It's close.
If you want all these pieces, feel free to take them. I know you might need him for some kind of art project.
That's how we're gonna get our
He's just
warranty back.
pocket and jingle him around.
All right, we're gonna pull this thing back out of here one more time, set it on the ground, and the next thing you guys see, we will be swapping over the parts and tossing the new engine back in. So we're not very far away because obviously nothing else in here needs changed.